I'm Arnav. I'm going to Harvey College and I'm planning to study computer science. Harvey Mudd would give me the strongest academic program that I've got into for computer science, specifically focused on STEM classes. And I would have athletics as my secondary focus, whereas UCSD, um, while it is a really good program, Harvey Mudd has the good connections and the stronger name, which would help in terms of internships and future job opportunities. And for me, UCSD didn't have that, and I would have a higher focus on athletics, which could impact how well I did in school.
Do you feel like you would have made as easy of a choice to go to Harvey Mudd if, let's say, they didn't have a good scholarship that they offered you?
Definitely not. That was like the key factor in it remaining one of my top choices was that if they did give me a scholarship, because since it's a private college, the full price would have been double what I had have to pay at UC. And even though it has such a great program, for me, that price change would be unreasonable to pay just for that much of a difference in the program. I would rather go to UC and pay like the 40,000 there than like an 80,000 at even if it was a Stanford. It would just not be worthwhile for me personally. Most of my time is dominated by cross country and track, because it was a year-round sport. So that was most of my time was filled with that. But I also managed to get a few computer science related courses done over a few summers. I started a club during my junior year, the Graphic Design Club, to share my interest in graphic design and digital art. And I volunteered in various programs. So I volunteered for the youth track club at my local track. I volunteered at the Special Olympics that my school hosts, and I also volunteered to make flyers for my brother's soccer league. So whenever I had some inspiration, I like to draw. So when it came time to my teammates' graduation year above me, I thought that it'd be a really cool gift to give them a drawing of like a self-portrait of them running. So I found it, I think, closer to middle school because my dad kind of showed me the ropes, showed me different courses that just to try it and see how I liked it. I think it started with like basic. The easiest thing to learn is probably creating a website, like using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript to just build a website and just have fun with it. Put it wherever you want, like maybe just about yourself, and then if see if you like that, and then it's always a good idea to take an intro class at your high school to just figure out, do you like computer science? Is it something you're interested in? And if you do end up liking it, then do something outside of class as well, like over the summer, either like create your own projects, do another course on your own, explore what you're interested in, because computer science is so broad that it's good to get a early start. I did apply to I think one college in data science because that would be easier to get into for it. But mostly it was computer science and either engineering or computer engineering as my backup major for most colleges. Yeah, I feel like I work really well when I have like things in order. When something's like foggy to me, when it's like really vague, I have like trouble getting started on it. And that's what this process was for me before, was that I didn't know where to start or how to go about it, how to research about colleges, like what was important about a college that I needed to learn. So having the kind of guidelines that PCG provided and being able to follow that in like my college research process and then in my essay process was made it a lot easier to get things done. Whereas if I had to do it on my own, I think I'd be a lot slower and a little like more. I'd be more stressed about it because I wouldn't be able to uh, uh, go like linearly. What do I need to do next? I'd be kind of figuring out as I go more so, and wouldn't be as comfortable as it was.
Can you think of any like character traits or just qualities that were instilled in you as a person that just helped you become the person who you are?
I've kind of learned to like put myself out there more. Even though I tend to be more of a introverted, like not reaching out kind of person. I'm not. I don't reach out to people or for like activities or things that I can do. But I've learned over like the last 4 or 5 years to do that more. The specifically, I like the guidelines on how on like the note taking for each college. Like that was, I think, one of the first things I did um, when it came to like researching colleges because I didn't know what to look for, and that kind of gave me like what I should be looking for, like what academic facilities do they have, what's the social life, what kind of internships and research opportunities does each college have, and things like that. And one of the other things I think at the beginning was we were coming up for ideas for essays and also so just exploring my personal values to get to that point. I think really helped me come up with ideas because I was pretty blank on that before we started. When it comes to getting recruited, make sure to send emails like even if they don't respond the first time, send one maybe a few months later, updating on your own season because I got a few offers pretty late in the game because they didn't see my email until later. So it's not always that they didn't want you. Sometimes they didn't realize you were available. So that's one thing to keep in mind. Another is if you have both the athletic and academic sides to choose from, don't get tempted by an athletic offer just because, oh, I can get into this college right now and be set. It's really tempting to do that. But if you have other colleges that you really want to, and you're not sold on this one college, ultimately it worked out in my favor not going there because I got into a school that ended up being the best choice for me in Harvey Mudd. Um, Obviously, that doesn't apply to everyone. If that school that you're getting an athletic offer from, do feel like this is the best place for me. It fits it's exactly what I want academically and athletically. Then it's totally fine to commit. But just keep in mind, like, don't sell yourself to one college just because it was the first one to be there for you because it's really tempting to do that. Like, it feels good to have that option to just go for it, but don't just like yeah, don't jump the gun just because it's available.